this prime time presentation of Zoombers Schools. My name is Catherine and I am with Global Intelligence Services, and here with me is one of the founders of Zoombers and Zoombers Schools is Pam. How are you, Pam?
Hi, Catherine. Very well. Thank you. I'm very happy to be here and eager to tell all of you everything about Zoombers.
Yes, we are really, really excited. And for those of you who doesn't know what Zumber is, we're going to be presenting a little bit of this incredible tools for kids in which the kids can actually play games, electronic games with math. How do you do that? And before we go into anything, just wanted to let you know the Global Intelligence Services is an agency that represents Zumbers in the US. We are an authorized vendor for Zumbers all over the United States and also for certain districts in Texas and New Mexico. So before we start, first of all, what is Zumbers, Pam?
Well, let me tell you a little bit about it. It's more than technology, actually, because, for example, all of us know someone who is really afraid of math. When you are deciding what are you going to study when you grow up, how do you want your future to look like? Well, so a lot of people is afraid of maths and they don't really know that they could be very good at it. They are used to be afraid. They are scared. Even the teachers or the parents sometimes are like, used to struggle with this subject, but it doesn't have to be that way. For example, can you imagine if your math class could be completely different? The experience will be really happy, engaging for the kids, and easy for the teachers. Instead of having a lot of fear
Guessing.
for math, yeah,
Guessing
yeah,
and
yeah.
not knowing and being afraid and thinking this is so boring. Why am I doing the same thing over and over? But now you're going to see a very different side of math. It's playing games, it's tournaments, it's actually things that the students will ask you to give them time to do. So
Yeah.
you can use Summers also as a tool to reward kids. How are we going to do that? Well, let me give you the floor. It's all yours. Please show us Zoomer Schools.
Okay, let me start showing you a little bit about Zoombers in this video. You can take a look at it. We have designed a very specific tool to engage the kids. For them, there are very specialized tools. They are games. Everything is through gamification. They have this kind of map. Even if you think that this is just for fun, no, it's actually very useful for learn math skills to improve in mental calculation. For the kids is it's a very different experience because they are really eager to keep on playing. As you may know, the kids today need something that is okay, engaging them and taking their attention instead of the typical math class with the book and everything that just before we were learning and having class. But no, today is completely different. They will be able to compete and collaborate with their teammates and with the teachers. Even we have tournaments. We have more than 350 games already for all the K-12 content and the math curriculum for schools. I know this is completely different than they usually tools that you have. I'm gonna pause this video right now because I want to keep on telling you about the kids experience before we talk about the teacher's experience that is
That's
completely, yeah,
Sure,
it's
that's awesome. And let me remind everybody, if you have any comments, you have any questions, feel free to write it in the chat. It's gonna show in our screen. It's gonna scream like like haunted October in a screen. But be sure to just send us any kind of questions. We will be more than glad to answer at any time during this presentation, and any comments too. Just to let you know, if you want more information or a private showing, we can actually do that for you with more content than the one that we're going to be showing here. The information is in the bottom of the screen, basically in the screen. And now you can show us what the kids are going to see when they go into Zoombers.
Well, yeah, Catherine, this is very useful for them. As you can see right here, they have the daily challenge, they have the homework, their games, the adventure mode, that is the map that we just already have seen, very similar to Mario Bros. And the one we grow up to with the video games. But for them, is these are the math homeworks. This is a math class, it's completely different, but this really useful. We have designed everything to improve their reasoning and logic skills in order to help them with mental calculation, and well, it's everything very useful for them to improve. We have also a very unique algorithm from artificial intelligence that is able to recommend them very personalized stuff. For example, this daily challenge in here for them is completely fun and it's a surprise because they are used to be have it different from their other kids. But this is not random at all. This is like the specific pill they need to improve their skills. E- Either way, if they are struggling with something in specific or if they are ready to a new challenge to help them achieve a better result at the end on the exams and they improve grades. But the most important of all is that they forget they have fear for maths before, and they are also very good at mental calculation. Parents and teachers are amazed with the results with these kind of games that are helping them in a very specific way. As you can see here in the students portal, they also have, well, the each week homework. As you can see, don't worry, teachers, you don't need to do anything. We already give you Zoombers with the curriculum of your school, of K-12 school, and you can be very happy because you're gonna have all the contents already without doing anything. It's completely already programmed for you, and the kids are gonna have a lot of games. As you can see, we can view the progress. For example, we already have a completely different environments than the space or the runner or a school classroom underwater. They are completely different, but they are also very specific to help in each one of the math contents. For example, here we have the 8 principal subjects in where we have divided the contents: geometry, spatial thinking, reading representation, fractions, equivalence with fractions, multiplication, adding and subtracting, in order to have all the curricular content from the US and other countries. We are not only in the US, we are also in Latam, in Spain, so you can be very well, very happy to know that they are competing with the skills in around the world. We also have this specific tool that is a multiplayer. For the kids, it's a completely different experience because they are able to compete and collaborate with their companies, well, with their teachers, with their friends. For example, here I'm going to show you a quick example of the multiplayer, and it's the algorithm is gonna help us find the correct opponent. In this case, if we don't have another kid, we can find a Zoombers spot, but it's very friendly for the kids. It's very easy. As you can see, some teachers and some schools use this as a homework, or other ones are using this as a time of classroom. Instead of making the mental calculation, they let them play in a very fun and safe environment where they can improve their skills. As you can see here, we are going to make a mental calculation. We have the opponent. You need to attack your opponent with a difficult question, and you need to be very quick thinking in order to find the correct answer. And well, this is very useful for us because we also have tournaments between schools, between districts, or well, it all depends. It's a complete experience for the schools. For example, well, I think I'm gonna uh, loose right now. But yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah. But
good.
you get the idea. Yeah.
I do have a question. Is Zumba available only in English or is it available in other languages?
No, everything is already in Spanish and in English. Actually,
The
each
whole thing.
school,
The
yeah,
whole
yeah,
thing.
yeah, it's the whole thing. Yeah, everything. So they are, as you can see here, well, the kids can communicate with the other kids, but they are in a very safe environment because no information is exchanging in anything. They are only expressing themselves with emojis, so it's very easy and safe for schools, for parents, and yeah, everything as you were saying is in English and in Spanish already. You can feel free to change it every time you want. There are actually some teachers that change it 1 week in English, the other one in Spanish, or with these kids in English and the other group in Spanish. But they can decide. They actually use it also for improve and practice a little language, but don't. Well, we are focused on math, but that's a collateral improvement and ability it
Yes,
has.
and actually, I already have a question here. It's how can we apply Zumbers for special ed, for special education? That's what I'm guessing that person wants to know. And I know that we talked about it, and that's something that we're going to be talking a little bit when in the teachers part. But I think, and this is my perspective, with the avatar, it helps a lot, especially in special ed, because they feel like that connection. Many of our students, they like the electronic games. And also I know, and you're going to talk a little bit about it, Zoombers can be adapted to the different kids. And here's the map. Go ahead, Pam.
Well, first of all, let me attend your question. Yeah, Sunburst is very useful for special needs both ways. If they are struggling with something specific or one subject or one specific operation, our algorithm is already driven to understand. Each time the kids are playing, every click is analyzed by our program, and we are learning about them. And we know, okay, if this kid is struggling with multiplication, the reality is that he's struggling far behind. He was struggling with addition, for example, and we detect that. And with that, learning about the kids, we are also able to recommend them the very specific games that the kid was needing in order to understand each of the subjects and the problems and have the 100% of skills achieved. So, well, the other way around, it also helps a lot with the special needs, but for example, the very smart kids that are really bored in class and they are like struggling with paying attention because they were feeling that everything was too easy for them. Well, this program is also trained to help them with a new challenge. Okay, so they are already set up with multiplications, but they are ready to understand a little bit of division, for example, or they can start with fractions. Sunburst is never gonna replace a teacher, of course not, but it's completely gonna help them a lot because teachers are gonna be able to know what's happening exactly with which of the kids. Every kids, they are gonna have tools for in order to show the parents what's happening with them, but they are also gonna have tools, for example, um, to know what to recommend them better. They can be quiet and very happy, and they can trust completely the program because everyday content is already there. But they can also be very detailed and edit any content if they think they need it.
So they
So
can be
it's
hands on or hands off as they want, because Zumbers will
completely.
assign a game every week for the kids. And
Mhm.
then, but the teacher said, I think this kid needs more. Let me add a couple more. Or maybe that this kid needs a little bit less, and let me just change it a little bit. So the teacher can be, as I said before, hands on and hands off as they want. And this map is awesome especially for
Mhm.
our gamers outside there,
Yes.
that they like. And it's great. Many of the times that we talk about Zoombers, we're talking about also reinforcing the skills, as just as you said, we're not replacing the teachers, we are helping the kids to enjoy math,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, completely. And I know that what you're seeing right now on the screen can be a little disruptive about the typical math class, but yes, everything that you are watching in here is completely focused on math. Each of these games, all the map that you are watching in here, everything is focused on making math homework. So as you can imagine, the kids are have a completely different experience. They are eager to make more multiplications. Teachers and parents are like amazed because they are not used to kids for asking them more math class and math homework, but they do. And don't worry, because if one of the kids is already has already played a game and he plays it again, the game is going to be different each time. We are Every time we are improving their reasoning and logic skills. So we are going to change the questions and the reactors in order to make them think and learn what's the best way to solve every problem. So you can be completely safe, and you can trust that. And also, as Catherine was saying about the avatar, well, it's very specific, and I'm going to show you a little bit about it. The avatars are a very special tool for them because they are personalizing their skins or their character. As you can see here, they can choose every item in here, and they can actually change and start learning the finances and economics in home with this, because they one side they have superpowers that are going to help them in the games. For example, if one of the kids is struggling with time, they will have a superpower to take it off. And they will also have this special store in order to buy the clothes and the glasses and the hair,
Yeah,
or in
not
order to
spending their fathers or their mother's money. They're spending their Zoombers well earned
yeah,
money.
yeah. Don't worry about that. It's not a normal store. Every time that the kids are completing their homework and each level of the games, they are earning these diamonds and these coins. And these coins, this Sunburst money, is the only one they are using inside the application. So don't worry about that. You are completely safe. But yeah, these kids are starting to understand, and a lot of parents have told us that after Sunburst they are actually helping them. For example, in the normal supermarket, any when they are shopping with the family, and they start, okay, if we have this money we can save it in order to gain this or not. Well, they start deciding things. We are specific about math, but this is another skill that they are improving while they are learning in here, thanks to the store and, well, the avatars and all the coins that they are gaining in each level. I'm gonna
Oh,
change again
yes,
to
let's
the
see a
tip.
little bit of the teachers part. But before anything, just want to remind everybody, if you have any questions, if you want to send us a comment, please do so in the comments area. We will start publishing them very, very soon. And if not, just send me a private chat and I will actually read it out loud for Pam to answer. As I said
Mhm.
before, Global Intelligence Services is bringing Zoombers to the US. We are already an authorized vendor for Humboldt Independent School District, for Houston Independent School District, and for the New Mexico Department of Education, so any district within New Mexico. Also, we are working with different private schools right now. So if you want to see a little bit more detail, how the educators, because Zumbers was built with educators for kids, and they listen to the educators. And I know Pam is going to say something about this, but this is really important. If you want to know which tools actually listen and was built by educators, is Zumbers. So let's see the teachers part, because I know you have a lot to say here.
Yeah, well, thank you for that. And you're completely right. Each bottom and click that you're going to find in Zoomverse is a petition of a teacher, a mom, a dad, even a student. They have asked us for each of these tools. And well, we are open to listen to you. If you have a new request, we will be very happy to listen and to try to improve it. Yeah, we make our best to make your wishes come true and make your work easier. That's, yeah, make the kids experience really fun and very efficient with their skills, but make also the teachers work very easy. Yeah, we understand that you are struggling a lot with many platforms, but this is very easy to use. It's very understandable, so don't worry about it. It's completely accessible for you. I'm gonna show you in here. You have the complete program, as you can see in my screen. You have already one or two games program for your students for each week of the school year. So without doing absolutely anything, the teachers already have content done and content assigned to the students. But if they want to change something, is as easy as drag and drop one of the games or delete it, and that's all you have to do to make the homework reach your students, and they are going to have all the contents that you must teach them in their application or the web portal. For example, we also have this smart homework. As you can see, I already told you about our unique algorithm, and this is very special because the smart homework is the special pill for each kid. So, for example, if I make a click in this smart homework, we will have an automatic assigned homework for each student in order to help them achieve the goal that they were needing in, well, depending on their skills. As I was telling you before, is completely personalized. Well, it can be as personalized or as groupal as you may need. It all depends on you, on what you need. You are free to make it to the complete group or not. So you can be very you can trust in the platform. You can also have all the information, as we were saying, about the students in a very easy way to
That's
find the
important.
password. Yeah, the language is Spanish and English, as I was telling you. You can change it freely all the times you want. So it's very easy to use in that way. And you can also download the class reports. We have several reports for skills, or for example, to compare the skills of your students with all the class. I'm going to show you the reports, progress reports, for example, and the tools that you have in order to know very deeply what's happening with your kids. For example, you can have the ranking. We are analyzing the progress and the accuracy of the students. It's not the same, but we know the teachers need to know this. It's very special. You also have the skills reports and progress. This is a very competitive tool for teachers, for example, because as you can see, here we have the eight special subjects, well, themes that we divide math class, and you can have, okay, your class progress. This is a 79%, for example. And how is your class standing beside the other kids that are using Zumbers in all the schools, in all the,
The Zoombers
the
universe.
continent, yeah, in all the Zumbers universe. So, for example, as you can see here, this specific class has the 71% in geometry, but they are ahead of the other kids that are only in the 60%. So if you're a little competitive, you're gonna be looking at this progress line a lot. We know a lot of teachers are always comparing their students with the other kids, and that's very special sometimes also for the tournament, because as we were saying, we have the tournament with the multiplayer in which we are showing well, the skills of the students to all the other district schools or the other countries, and well, we can get as competitive as you want with this.
And one question: can they download these reports? Can they see grades here in this report?
Yes, completely. All the everything you need. As you can see in the grades report, we are analyzing, as I was telling you, the progress and the accuracy of the kids. The progress means that, for example, they made all the homework, they complete the 10 levels, but the accuracy is how well accurate were they when they were solving the levels. Yeah, 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 because there are kids that, for example, are struggling a lot. They complete the homework, but they were struggling, and we can analyze that, and we can know why were they struggling. And there are other kids that, for example, are very quick. They finish super quick each homework, and well, they have all the progress or not. So both things are very important for us. They can download everything in Excel for, well, included with the class grades, and you can have everything. It depends if you want to download one specific kid's progress reports, or if you want to download the whole class, you can do it also. So
So it helps you with grading. It helps you to see which kids are falling behind. It helps you
mhm.
to see how your group is either ahead or behind. It helps you also because Zoombers will learn with each and every single kid and help them to actually achieve their goals. So
Mhm.
you have a complete package, right?
Yeah, completely. You can also know the specific progress in each week, as we were watching just before. We have each week homework assigned. We also have the other part, the report of the current week, and the progress and accuracy of each of the students every week. Mm, yeah.
This is
You,
awesome. And I have a question here. Let me see. It's basically is only available in English. No, it's in English and Spanish. So
mhm.
yes, and it's fully. It's not like a section of the tool is translated. Is the whole thing. And we
Yeah, it's
know that
complete.
there's many districts they need that bilingual um,
Mhm.
assessments, and you're gonna still see the same reports and everything. And one of the things that she's showing right now, it's really important for the teachers. I wanted to say, every time that they go in, they can actually stand in one of the little games. It's going to have the information of the game, the target, the objectives, who should use it, and sometimes even Zoomers will kind of like assign it to the students. So it's really hands on, hands off as much as you want to.
Mhm.
Just a quick reminder, if you have any more questions, feel free to write it in our comments. We're about to finish, running a little bit out of time. But I think we were talking about tournaments. The tournaments are also for teachers as well.
Yeah, we already made the first tournament for teachers because they wanted. Yeah, yeah, they asked us for that. They were very engaged with the students tournament before. It was a complete experience, like a football final season, for example, and all the families gathered together, and they were cheering the kids, and the teachers were also cheering the kids, and some of the teachers were as just like the people that is really engaged with football. For example, the teachers were like, yeah, I'm working in something else, and they were monitoring what was happening with the summer tournament. So it was quite an experience, and they were really happy, and they wanted to be part of that. Now that, well, a very important thing, as you can see in here, is that all the teachers are welcome to play and try every game in here. It's not that they are just assigning homework. No, 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 they can play as the students, they can view everything as their students, and they also are able to have their avatars, for example, and they can also personalize their character. They also have the store, and that's how the kids are even challenging the teachers in order to play against them or with them. It depends on the game they are deciding to play, but the experience is really complete and the families are really happy. The teachers were asking us for a teachers tournament, a very special tournament for them, because they wanted to compete with the teachers from other schools and other districts. So we made that happen. It was completely real. Now they were like the kids, and the kids, the students, were cheering the teachers. So it was quite an experience.
So it's not only great for kids, it's also great for teachers. It will help them in their work, but it will help them also see what the kids are going through and everything else. I just want a quick reminder, if you have any questions, feel free to write it in the comments. And if you want a live presentation of the tool with all the questions, or your team, feel free to actually write to us at info@us.gis.com, or you can call us at 609-635-6565. We can actually do a presentation just for you. And as I said, GIS is representing Zoombers and the United States Zoombers Schools. And right now we are an authorized vendor for Houston Independent School District, Humboldt Independent School District, and the New Mexico Department of Education, any of districts in New Mexico. Just wanted to say, first of all, if you have any additional comments or anything like that before I open it for questions.
Mhm. Well, I don't know if there's any other question over there, but I'm very happy to show you more detail about Zoomer. Right now, it was just a quick view about the kids' experience, about the teacher experience. Of course, we have more detail for you to understand and to use, and well, to feel free to try it in your school, in your classroom. It's a complete revolution of the math class, but a very good one. It's efficient with the results, with grades, with improving the reasoning, and with logic and math skills, especially now after these past 2 years that we were struggling a lot with this subject. And well, we need this balance, the efficiency in the tool, and we also need the engagement of the kids and the motivation. So Zumbers is kind of both. Yeah.
That's so true. That's so true. So
Mhm.
right now I don't see any additional questions, but I just want a quick reminder. We someone actually asked me about pricing. It's very customized, and it's not as much as you think. So we can actually just give a one-on-one presentation and do a specialized quote if you need it at any time. Right now, I just wanted to remind you that Zoomer Schools is available via GIS or Global Intelligence Services in the US. You can reach out to us at any time, and we are approved vendors in different districts in the United States. Right now, and if your school, your district want to try it, they want to have a special trial, just send us a note and we will actually make it happen, right, Pam?
Yeah, it's really easy to start. Honestly, it's very useful for your kids. They are gonna thank you if you try it, and yeah, don't. It's not like other platforms. It's completely easy to use, and yeah, very easy. So
And if
you're not alone. We are always side by side with the teachers and the principals and the parents, because, as we were telling you before, we love to listen to your request and to make them real.
And something very important, you just said it, you just hit the nail on the head. We are not going to leave you alone. We're not that kind of company. You have two companies supporting you. It's not only going to be Sunburst, it's also going to be Global Intelligence Services. They're going to be there. We're not just opening the services and then just saying goodbye like many others. We are here to be there for you. And as you see, Sunburst listens to teacher. They listen to what you need and what you do. So make sure to actually reach out at info@us.gis.com or via phone 609-635-6565, and let us know if you want a private presentation. So thank you so much, Pam. I know we went a little bit overboard. But any final remarks or anything that we forgot?
No, no, thank you, Catherine. We are all set and very happy to start with your school very soon. Hope to meet you soon and now engage and improve with math.
Thank you so much, and thank you for your time. Thank you, everybody who actually spend the whole 35 minutes with us, and we'll hope to see you soon. Be sure to reach out to us and be all you can be in math. Don't think it's boring. It's now math. I wish we had this when I was actually in school. So thank you so much and good night. Have a great night, everybody.
Thank you, Catherine. Bye.
Bye.